What's up, it's your girl, Robbie K. I am living for this makeup. Yes, queen. Matches my outfit. This is a full body tartan outfit. I can't show you the whole thing because I am sitting down, but my pants match my top. I am living my dreams. Yeah, girl. Welcome back to my channel. It is raining outside, so I really hope that that doesn't affect the audio because, as we all know, my audio is fantastic quality all of the time. I'm actually looking at getting a new camera, and the way that I set up my microphone will be different, so stay tuned. This quality will get better. Thank you. So recently I have been, I wouldn't say diagnosed, but I will say diagnosed because I don't know what else to say. But I have anxiety and depression. Yay! So I was going to do a big video about being put on antidepressants and how it's affected me and all that kind of stuff. However, I went to a psychologist recently and something else happened, and I figure that this is a way better video than what I was going to do. So without further ado, I really want people that watch this, if you are going through a similar situation, you need to go to a doctor for some reason, please let this be a lesson that the first time isn't always going to be the right person. So I have been to psychologists in the past, and one of them, for example, I went twice, I think, and he pretty much said to me within 2 sessions that I had a caffeine dependency because I said that I liked to buy a coffee when I came to my appointments because it was like I was having a chat, and he was like, sounds like you've got a caffeine dependency. I was like, okay, cool, next. So I urge you, if you are looking for a psychologist, please take this as a lesson that all hope is not lost, because I will go to a different person, and I got a funny story out of it. So if you want to know about it, let's watch it. So being put on antidepressants means that I have to go to a psychologist so that they can not only so that I can be I guess healed not only by medication but mentally as well. Like, they need to, you know, do coping mechanisms and strategies and all this stuff. I don't really know. I've never actually been put on antidepressants before, so I just assume that's what's gonna happen, but I can't just take medication and hope for the best. I need to actually work on myself spiritually as well. So anyway, I went to a psychologist, and you know when you just know immediately that you're not gonna like someone? He walks out and I'm just like, oh, fuck, what a waste of time. I haven't even said hello yet, but you know, remain positive, Rab, you never know, maybe he'll be cool, you never know. Anyway, I go in, he's like, hello, how you going? I'm good, yeah, good, blah, 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 we have a chat, great. And he starts asking general questions like, where do you live? What do you do for work? Have you got a partner? Blah, 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 you know, all the, you know, so he can set the scene for my life in his brain. And so keeping in mind this is the first session as well, so I tell him all that stuff, and then we kind of just like talk generally about stuff, and I say that I work in sales, and he immediately starts telling me this like life story about how he used to work in sales as well, because he did his psychology degree, but then he wanted to like see the salesman at work because salesmen have the most stressful jobs, and it's no wonder that like they overthink and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, cool, good to know. And then he asked like, what kind of sales? And I said like electronics, and he was like, oh, did you know that Google got a fine in Europe because they were stealing information in France or something? I was like, I don't care, like totally irrelevant to my workplace and what I do, I don't care. And then he started talking about Facebook, and I was just like, this is killing me. Anyway, so that was the first like 20 minutes of my session, was just him pretty much talking about himself. And then he goes, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you say you are with worrying, or over worrying? And I said, like 11. I am a super stress head, worrying wart. And as I'm talking, he like interrupts me, and he's like, well, see, that's the thing with these things, Kelly. I mean, Rebecca had to look at his sheet because he wrote down my name but forgot my name, so he just calls me Kelly and hopes for the best. So the thing with these things, Kelly, is Rebecca, are you actually serious? So strike one, didn't like that I was called Kelly, and then he didn't introduce himself either, so I couldn't even like retort with a joke about forgetting his name because I didn't even know it. And then he started talking about how I am a graceful swan on the top, but then underneath the legs are paddling because I'm really over worrying and stressing out all the time. And I was kind of like, yes, I understand what you're saying, I get it, blah blah blah. And then he was like, does that resonate with you at all? And I'm just like, and I must have like opened my eyes a little bit, because then he's like, see, you widened your eyes, that means it resonates with you. And I was just like, fucking kill my face. And then I said to him, I have already been through strategies for coping with anxiety. I get it. Like, I know how to do the fight or flight. I know how to do this. I know the coping strategies and everything. It's just, you know, I have to come here to make sure that my medication is working. And he was like, oh, so what is the actual reason for you being here? So this is like, keep in mind, half an hour into my session or so, he then asked me why I've decided to come to a psychologist. And I said, well, I've been put on antidepressants and I need to make sure that they're working. I can't just take the medication without going to a psychologist as well. And he's like, oh, well, after these sessions, you won't need medication because we'll be able to retrain your brain. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm like, what, with like meditation or something? He's like, yeah, you can meditate. That would be one way to do it. But like, you know, really by the end of these, you're going to be able to like think about things differently. So when you're thinking sad thoughts or angry thoughts or worried thoughts, you're going to be able to turn around and say, what are you thinking that for, you silly bugger? So this trained professional, who I was told specializes in depression, his coping mechanism is, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling worried, laugh at yourself. Just think, what are you thinking that for, you silly bugger? I can't even believe it. I can't actually believe it. My actual brain hurts thinking about it. So pretty much my entire session was him talking about himself, interrupting me, forgetting my name, not introducing himself, and then telling me that I need to retrain my brain by thinking, what are you thinking that for, you silly bugger? So safe to say, when he said, I can't wait to see you next session, and shook my hand twice for some reason, I said, yep, great, I've got your number, I'll call you. I will not be going back to that person. So as I said, please, 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 if you are going through a situation where you need to talk to somebody, whether it be a counselor, a psychologist, a general doctor, doctors do this shit too, like, it is just incredible how it might not be that they're professionally wrong. I guess that doesn't make sense. It might not be that they're not professional or that they're not trained or something, but like sometimes there are just people in the world that you gel with, and if you don't get the right person, don't just stop going. Like, just because it's the first time and it doesn't work, it doesn't mean that it won't work the next time. Like, when I went to that caffeine addiction guy like years ago, I ended up going to somebody who was really great, and she taught me some really great things that I use all the time to cope with general anxieties. And unfortunately, those things weren't enough to keep me away from antidepressants. They're something that I didn't want to take. I'm so glad I did, but you know, so you've just got to try different things and don't give up just because one dickhead tells you to think, what do you think of that for, you silly bugger, when you have deep anxiety and depression issues. Like, thanks mate, I'm cured. I couldn't have thought of that on my own. It is literally that meme, like when you say I'm anxious and somebody says, oh well, just don't worry, and you're cured, you're fixed, cured, thanks mate. So glad we had this talk. Also, if you feel like you can benefit from talking to somebody, talk to me. I would love to hear about your deep-seated issues. No, I'm kidding. But, well, you know what I mean. Like, if you ever just want someone to talk to, feel free to send me a DM. I would love to hear about it. I resonate well with people who are struggling to find the perfect solution for them. Like, I feel like I have been going through years of depression, anxiety, and trying to stay away from antidepressants because I thought I could fix it on my own, and unfortunately I couldn't, and now here I am and I'm feeling a lot better already, and it's only been a couple of weeks. So You know, sometimes you just gotta trial and error things and get told that you're a silly bugger when you get anxious. So I will look for a new psychologist, and I will hopefully find somebody that doesn't waste my time next time, so that I can continue with my healing process. This is a super short video. I just really wanted to tell you guys about my experience and really stress to go out there and try again if it doesn't work the first time for you. So if you like this video and you like me, then subscribe to my channel in the little subscription box, click the bell, like the thing, do all the buzzwords, and that's all I really have time for. So if you have an experience like this, or with any kind of doctor, doesn't have to be a psychologist, drop me a comment, let me know about it, send us a DM, do whatever you gotta do to get your point across. Love that for you. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out, girl. Bye.